Misanthrope, a person who hates or distrusts humankind. Though I can't say this is really telling of the contents of this mixtape, I can't think of a better word to really sum up the general vibe of this. Really dealing with zero empathy, zero remorse, and just an overall hateful experience. This mixtape boasts on the cover that it contains necrophilia, real death, and extreme porn. Though the necrophilia, and at least the first one, is staged, I would say that pretty much sums it all up. This mixtape came out sometime between 2018 and 2019 and runs at about 2 hours and 48 minutes. This mixtape is of unknown origin, though I have to say, I know in Bad House's video they claimed that this was possibly from Dr. Sicko or Nightmare Doc, as some people know him. It definitely is not. I've talked to him at length before just about different mixtapes and whatnot, and I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, he did not make these tapes. I think it also claimed he made Cute Dead Girls. He also did not make that tape. It's also worth noting that it shares a similar font and art style as both the Macabre and Death the Cruel World tapes, as well as others, but other than the fact that they could just be using the same artist and same font, I haven't seen anything to really connect that these were made by the same person. This tape has 178 clips in total and is made up of clips from chaotic.com, theync.com, BME, crazyshit.com, torturegalaxy.com, tg2club.com, heavyr.com, and some clips from orgasmagoria.com, which is now a defunct website. Of those clips, 129 of them are gore clips. 27 of them are genital mutilation clips. 27. 5 of them are dulcet clips, which is like your staged rape porn, necrophilia porn, death fetish type porn. 14 of the clips are going to be just straight up porn, with 7 of them involving animals. And before you click off, don't worry. It's not like a horse is gonna like mount a guy or anything. It's all just shit with like bugs and squid and whatnot. Not that that makes it any better, but 2 clips of self-harm and 1 miscellaneous clip. It's also worth mentioning that this is just part 1 of a now 11-part series. Part 1 through 4 were the original releases, and it kind of seems just by the editing style that parts 5 through the Ultimate Collection might be made by someone different, but I really don't have any proof of that. That's just speculation on my end. Also, just a fun fact, and I can't for the life of me find the name of the band anymore. I don't know if that thread's been deleted, but the cover of this actually originally came from a brutal death metal band from the States, so that's just a cool little side note.
So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all right off the bat. It's a rough fucking watch. Like I said in the intro, this is an extremely popular series amongst mixtape, gore viewers, collectors, whatever you want to call it. That being said, so is MD Pope. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's not utterly fucked up. And keep in mind when you're listening to me talk about this is the weakest of this series. So, yeah. So, real quick before I jump into the full breakdown, thank you guys so much. My subscribers have like well more than doubled since the last video. I know that I said that I would have this one out like 3 weeks ago, and that didn't happen. Yeah, life happens. So I know all 50 of you are waiting with bated breath for me to drop this next video, but I apologize. So, all right, with that being said, yeah, thank you guys so much. Let's jump into this. So, right off the bat, this is a clip that you see in a lot of mixtapes. I'm pretty sure Best Gore 2018 starts off with the same exact clip. It's the like short-haired girl. I know originally a lot of people thought that it was like a young boy. It's a short-haired younger woman in a swamp, and they like stretch her arm out. Some guy's holding it, and he's hitting it with a machete, and she's almost not reacting, like hardly at all, like taking the shit like a fucking champ. But it sounds like somebody chopping fucking wood. Like the sounds are fucking horrific. But yeah, it starts off he's chopping off her arms. Does both arms, chops off a leg. I think he does both legs actually. Thinking back, and then beheads her. It's like in a like you would know the clip if you saw it. Chick has like short, like blondish dyed hair on top. Like been used me. I think it has a title. It's like one of those like No Mercy in Mexico or what that like has like the infamous title. But okay, that's the start. The second one, this was in that Blood and Gore Meat Grinder review that I did. If you haven't seen that video, go check that one out. But it's the one where the guy is like yelling like "Puta madre" at the guy, and cuts off his the guy's got his arms cut off and his legs are just kind of dragging behind him, and he's like on his yeah, I guess it'd be his knees, but I mean they're all fucked up, and he's like kind of dragging himself along with like his limbs hanging, and then he falls over. Next clip is where we start getting into some of the porn clips. This one, so this chick, you just see a close up of vagina and like 3 snails in it.
Well, Gary, what do you have to say for yourself?
Yeah, like I mean, like you see like their little eyes like sticking out. It is like those kinds of snails. Like they got like the little like antennae like popping out and they're falling out. And then she has like you see it in like the Genki and shit where like the chicks put that it's like that metal like clamp thing. It's kind of, well, that just looks like I'm doing like a pussy. But it's like a circle with like it like holds like their fucking shit open and there's snails in there. Next up is, yeah, there's like a BME, which if you remember the BME Pain Olympics, it's like that. Yeah, it starts off, it's got like this dude like pushing out his prolapse, and it looks like it says like the song is playing, it's got some like techno-y like rock song playing. And yeah, so your first clip after the prolapsed assholes get done singing, you're gonna have, there's a dick with like electrodes attached to it, starts shooting these like big ass loads out. It's like electrocuting this dude's dick. Then you see this fat dude with like a tiny like little button cock, but he's got like that like big ass fupa. And he's like shoving a, like, you know those like kebabs, like the metal ones that have like the circle on the end, like a grilling kebab. He's like shoving that through his fucking fupa. That's a little disturbing. Then you have a dude masturbating, but like I don't know what it is. It's definitely not his dick because it's like green. Like it looks like he's got a cucumber like up under his foreskin. It's like this giant dick with like big ass balls. Like something's in there. He's got his dick swollen and he's just jacking off. Then you have a dude who's it's like he's pulling bobby pins out of his ball sack, but like the shit that's coming out, it's not like blood. Like it's like this like queer fluid. So I don't know, some kind of fucking nut fluid. I don't know what the fuck it is. I doubt it wouldn't be cum. I don't think that's how cum works. I'm not like a fucking nut expert. I'm not. I don't know. It could be cum. I don't know. Then you have a dude. He's like suspended from the ceiling, like by a chain. He's got a mask on. He's beaten off, but he's got like this chain around his fucking nuts. He's just like dangling from the ceiling, like laying backward, living the life. Then you have a dude, he's got his dick like taped down to something, I don't know, like a table or something, but there's just like fire ants all over his fucking dick and he's shooting loads, like just coming from these fire ants attacking his dick, I guess. Then you have a this dude has like a needle going through his dick, and he's like hand sawing the needle off, like one of those like electric hand saws. He's not sawing his dick. It's like the needle in his dick. It's, I don't know. I couldn't really tell exactly what was going on, but yeah, something along those lines. That was a weird clip. Then yeah, this dude, he has like his fucking foreskin. It looks like a shoestring. He has like the top of it tied shut, but he's like either pissing or nutting or something. It's like filling up. It's, I mean, pretty wild. Like, I didn't even know you could do that with foreskin. Like, a homie has to have like fucking 6 inches of dick with like 9 inches of foreskin, but he's like got it balloon knotted at the top and just like, and it like topples over, like folds over. It pretty gnarly. And then a dude, this one was like a classic BME clip where the dude with like the big dick is just like hitting it with the fucking hammer. Then you have a dude like a big ass like gauge needle. He just like shoves it through his dick, like a dick piercing type thing. A dick leaking blood into a glass, like from a hole in the head of it. It's like just spraying, and this dude's holding like a wine glass. But it's like this, like the smallest fucking hole, like in the head of his dick, just like a constant spray. Then you have a guy being lifted off the ground by his balls, like by a crane type thing. I don't know. He's got like a chain around his balls. Another dude putting bobby pins in his nut. A dude puts not the butter knife part, but the handle of the butter knife, slides it down his dick hole. Thought that was interesting. Like, you see a lot of those like knife sounding videos in these. Yeah, that was unique. Put his own spin on it. Then you have a dude nailing his balls to a board with a hammer. Dude takes like a giant nail out of his penis hole, and it's weird because he's in a car, so he's just like in public, like pulling a giant nail out of like his penis hole. Then yeah, just a dude coming, like a close up of some dude nutting. Dude with a like really small penis, just with a staple gun, just putting staples into his penis. A dude in women's lingerie, but he has like, it looks like a Pringles can on his dick. I'm not really sure what's going on in this clip. If anybody knows like what device would look like somebody put like a Pringles can on their dick and it's just kind of strapped on there, feel free to let me know. I was pretty clueless on what that one was. Then you have this dude he's got like that fucking bitch from Titanic. I don't know her name, but like with the big ass nipples, like he's got like these like fucking cigar tip nipples, and he's just lactating out of them. So that was very cool. A dude putting out a joint on his penis. Dude cuts his dick from like cuts it from like the fucking pee hole down to his balls, and puts some kind of it's like like, you know those wood burning kits, like he like uses one of those to like cut up and down his penis, like burns it and then puts some kind of tube in it. Pretty nasty. Dude smashes his dick into a cactus and starts nutting. Then you see a pierced dick shooting loads. A lot of this is just dudes shooting loads. Like it's slightly weird because there will be like a needle involved somewhere, but it's just dudes shooting big fucking loads. All right, and then after that, we are done with the genital mutilation for a minute. Yeah, that's 30 fucking clips we've gone through so far, and I think that it was what? Yeah, 3 clips before we got into the genital mutilation. So 27 fucking clips of dudes like just destroying their dicks. The shit that you can legally own in America. So next up, I'm not sure. This might be a Genki, but I don't think that it is. But I've definitely seen this clip before, but it's also been like a while since I've watched any of the Genkis. But you have a chick like in like a tub, and there's dudes like she's naked. There's dudes like dumping mealworms on her and shit. It's like shows like a close up with like mealworms like up in her pussy. And it's being held open by like one of those same devices, like the like metal circle device. Like I don't know, it's some kind of like pussy clamp. And she's screaming. I mean, she's definitely not a fan of what's going on. But yeah, she's like covered in roaches and crickets, and she's got mealworms in her fucking pussy, and that's the clip. Some kind of Japanese bug porn. Then, oh my fucking god, this clip goes on for like a decade. The first time that I watched this, like years ago, like I always used to skip this clip just because it goes on so long, it like stops being shocking. But it's like, this chick, a conventionally attractive chick, like she could just do regular fucking porn. I don't know why this is the lane that she chose, but whatever. So it starts off, she like takes off her pants and she's like showing like in her like yoga pants, like, oh, I shit myself, and there's fucking, yeah, there's poop in her underwear, there's poop on the pants. It's gross enough, it is what it is. Well, then she gets her underwear off, and she has a tampon string hanging out, and she ends up taking out the tampon, and she's like squirting the tampon, like all like wringing it out on herself like a fucking dish towel, just like blood going all over herself. She's smearing herself with the fucking pussy blood stuff. Then she starts like rubbing the shit in with it, so she's got like the shit and the pussy blood, like making a fucking cocktail on herself. She starts like squirting the pussy blood in her mouth, like wringing it out in her mouth. She's like licking the turds. She eventually gets like a dildo out, and she's like just putting it up her ass, like dildoing her asshole, and then she starts shitting. Like during this, like she starts shitting again, when she's playing with the shit, she's eating the shit, she's taking out the dildo and shitting, still dildoing her ass. It's like I said, it goes on for so fucking long. Like if they would have cut it, the whole thing would have been like, wow, that looks like a fucked up clip. But like when you have to sit and watch through the whole thing, by the time she starts squirting the fucking tampon in her mouth, it's like, I don't even care anymore. Like this is a fucking 10-minute clip. So I don't know, that's just me. Maybe I'm just desensitized, I don't know. But it is a fucked up clip, I will say that. All right. And then what do we get back to? Right back to some dick mutilation. Yeah, you have a guy with a steel trap on his balls with maggots all over in his foreskin. Like, I don't know what the steel thing is on his balls, but he's got a foreskin full of maggots, and he's like, some of them are dropping out. And I did put in the notes, to quote my man here, he says, I'll have to wash my little dickie off. Yeah, fucking foreskin full of maggots. Next, you have a chick, she just puts a roach in her pussy. Nothing crazy after everything we've already seen. And now is when we get into, it's like a big block of gore clips. So all the pussy and dicks and all that, it's like they got it all out of the way. Instead of spacing it out, they just put it all in the front. So I will skip through some of these, I'm not gonna lie, because after a while it's like, oh, it's another beheading, it's another shooting. If it's a crazy one, I'll tell you, otherwise I'm just gonna say, then you have a beheading. So yeah, the first one, you just have like some gang members with masks on playing with like posing with this corpse. Dude sitting on a couch gets shot multiple times. Chick laying under a tire with her throat cut. Dude gets hit with machetes. And then like dragged out of the room, like he's dead, like gets hit with machetes until he dies and dragged out of the room by his feet. A big pile of bodies in the back of a semi trailer, looks like some cartel shit. See a dude getting his head cut off with like a dull machete, like they're hitting this motherfucker a million times, like he's tied up and gagged and everything, and they're going at it, and it takes fucking forever. Big crowd surrounding this like mangled ass, like hamburgered out body. Looks like a car crash, but like you don't see a car or a motorcycle, anything. Oh, I have not had an adult beverage all week, and this shit is gonna hit me so fucking quick. I can't wait. I need it. After watching this fucking shit. Next, you have a dismembered corpse. It's like the arms and legs are on the ground, and somebody comes up and drops the torso back in place, like so it like lands like with the arms and legs like in place. It's really weird. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's a pretty weird thing to see. Next, you have dude that's tied up, gets shot to death like by a million times. Is one of those like overkill things where like he's dead and they're just still unloading clips on him. Dude with his pants down, but like it's a dead body, but he's like hamburgered the fuck out, like where his dick should be. So I don't know if it's a castration, if it's like from an accident. I don't know. You get no context with it. Got 3 people are tied up. They get dismembered with like axes and machetes by the cartel. It's probably a clip that you've seen before. I've definitely seen it in multiple mixtapes. Got a naked dude, gets his face smashed, and then he gets beheaded like while the crowd cheers. And it's extremely bloody clip, like the blood fucking everywhere. It's another one where like the dude's wearing a white shirt, so it all shows up like really crazy. For some reason, those clips fuck me up because it's like the way that like the blood shows up, it's just like that's fucking gross. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me. This is like, I'm not sure if this is like a continuation from the clip before, but it kind of looks like the same crowd, but I included it as a separate clip because it definitely cuts. But they like take the 2 bodies and or they take a body and then there's another body and they like lay them on top of each other, like 69 position. That's just like 2 naked dead bodies. Then this one is fucked. So I'm not sure what would possess someone to do this. I know he shoots something up in his eye at the end of it. I don't know if this is like some kind of like weird like crocodile thing that I don't know about, because it is Russian. Because the dude starts speaking Russian, but he like just fucking like pinches his cornea and tears the shit off. Like just pinches, tears off his fucking cornea, takes a needle and like shoves it in his eye and starts shooting something in there. And like he's crying, like, or at least his eyes are watering, because I mean obviously you just pinch your fucking like it looks like somebody removing a contact, but then it shows his eye. It's just like red and looks like raw. It's fucking gross. Like I don't know. I didn't know that you could do that. Just like rip the film off your eye. And he this would fuck me up. He takes a needle and starts like shooting something up in there, which is why I say I don't know if it's like a drug thing, like if that's like something people that's something people do, but it's fucked. And the whole time he's just calmly speaking Russian. Oh, and the crying part that I was mentioning, it's like he's crying and it's clear, but it's got like that red tint to it where like you can tell he's like also bleeding. I gotta stop talking about that one. That one fucks me up. like, real bad. So, yeah, that's a thing. Next up. So, this one has a caption with it. So it says, Russian mercenaries target a man for extreme extermination. His crime aligning with the Islamic State. Sledgehammer, knives, and fire were used for maximum punishment. So, another Russian video. And you see this dude, he's getting like hit in his hand and his forearm with a sledgehammer, and it's like it just hamburgers, like it turns into nothing. Then he starts getting hit in the neck with a tactical shovel, like those ones with like the serrated edge. He started like they're like jamming him in the neck. They end up after he dies, they cut his head, like saw his head off with a knife, and cut off his arms. Beat him with a hammer, and then they hang him up. You know, like when they hang up deer. What's Ed Gein, like, you know, that like famous picture, like the woman like hung up and she's like cut down the middle. They do that to him, and then they set the body on fire. Next up, you have that pit bull castration where like the dude's like looks like I think I talked about this one too in the Blood and Gore. Actually, come to think of it, I think this was in Blood and Gore Meat Grinder, and it was in Garbage of Gehenna World. So this is like the third video I've done where I'm talking about this pit bull castration, where like it looks like they're fucking pulling cheese off a pizza, like it's just like stringing out. Nasty fucking video, but literally this dude's tied up and there's just pit bulls like biting his fucking dick off. Well, the dick's gone. They're just pulling off the skin where his dick was. This one, it's another video with a caption says half man. It's just a dude still alive after being cut in half, and he's like surrounded by a crowd that's filming him. Then we have our first self-harm clip. It's like playing Indian music, like Indian. Ugh, why did I say it like that? But anyway. So you have like Indian music playing, then there's like this Indian chick sitting there, and she's just like going up and down her arms with a razor blade. Then you have a dude, like he's like standing up trying to get out of a burning van. It's like all tore up. He's like trying to like get through, like the door's like bent, and he's on fire, and he's trying to get out like between the door and like the van. I assume that he did not, or if he did, he probably didn't make it long. Then another just overkill shooting execution. A chick with like a shredded leg after an accident, like it just completely torn the fuck up, and she's trying to crawl away. Then you have a dude that's like tied up, and they bludgeon him to death with an axe. It's super grainy, but they're like hitting him in the face with an axe. That's fucking gnarly. A chick in a swimsuit. She's actually kind of hot, but she's like in this like bikini. She's on a stretcher and she's got a knife sticking out of her stomach. It's like paramedics taking her away. A dude poking a severed head around with a gun. After an accident, you have some paramedics showing they're like moving this guy's leg around, and it's like the bone is like completely sticking. Like the dude's foot, it will not be reattached, but like his foot is like off, and they're like moving it around. You can just see like bones sticking out of the bottom of his leg. It's pretty brutal. A dude, it's like a public execution, but like, you know, like when they put like tires and boards on top of people and set them on fire, they do the same thing, but with a whole fucking motorcycle. It's like set a motorcycle on top of the dude and just like ignite it. That was clip 62 out of 178. We're moving through this one a little bit faster than usual. So next you have a dude, he's gagged and being held down, and this is kind of like, I hate to use the word classic on a gore clip, but like a solid chance you've seen this one. They're holding him down, they like cut his stomach open and just start pulling his intestines out. Don't really know how else to describe it, but if you saw the clip and like you're any kind of gore hound, there's a solid chance you've seen it. Next, you have a dude kneeling. He's shot by 3 guys in masks with machine guns and executed. Next, it's the video of somebody that got projected out of a windshield, like splattered on a barricade. It looks like the back windshield actually, like is like what's busted out of the car. So that's pretty interesting. You see a dead body with a bullet wound to the head. A head just sitting on a shovel in the middle of the street, and there's just people walking past it like it's nothing. You have the post-accident, like a body with like the lower half all hamburgered laying on top of a motorcycle. Just a video of that. A dude that gets beheaded with a pickaxe. He's like getting hit in the neck and like his head's just flopping around everywhere, but beheaded with a pickaxe. Then a chick that's like dead in a field, like with blood all over her face. It kind of, to me, looks like a gunshot, but like I don't know for sure. And then you have a dude, he's like unconscious and he gets dragged into the street. I say unconscious because he's like still kind of moving his arm, but he's like out of it. And he gets dragged into the street and just like blown away with a machine gun until like his head like explodes, like it like ceases to be. And it slow-mos it too, like the people that made the mixtape, they like zoom in and like show where like the head like explodes. Next, you have a dude that he tries to steal a handbag, and the guy that he's trying to steal it from like grabs it and like jerks back, like, nah, you ain't taking my shit. And the dude, not the dude that's being robbed, the robber pulls out a gun and just shoots the guy and takes the handbag. Then next, you have a dead chick in a bikini with her like face half flayed off on this beach. You have there's a lot of like later on in this, just like POV like shooting videos. This is one of those. You have a dude that's like laying down, he's dead. They shoot him in the head once, and it's the guy filming shooting him. Then you have paramedics examining a dead body in the street, but there's like organs and intestines like all over on like either, like it looks like they're autopsying the motherfucker. Like there's just like organs everywhere, and it's like right in the middle of the street. Then like that video of the guy at the shooting range, it just like turns the gun on himself, shoots himself. That one's been going around forever. I think it's in like, I want to say like China or Japan where that video's from. But he's like standing at the shooting range, like hearing protection on and everything, and he just like randomly stops and blows his head off. All right. Then you have a dude laying in the street, just super bloody, holding a knife. Like it looks like after a fight, like that he like lost a fight, but he's still like holding a knife, like ready to go. A guy that, this is a suicide clip, guy just like dives under a trash truck and gets flattened. A guy that's like covering his head, he's like prone position, getting chopped at with a machete, and till like his hands are just like mush. They like go away, then they like cut his head off. Like once he like puts his arms down, he gets beheaded. Once he's beheaded, they start stabbing the head. Then you have a guy gets dragged into the desert, executed by 3 guys with machine guns. A guy, I put sloppily jumps off church. And, yeah, that's really the best description. It's like this guy just like kind of like fumbles like his way off the top of this church and kills himself. Like it doesn't even look like he jumped. It's like he climbed to the top to kill himself and then just tripped off. And it's a high up church. Like, it's high up enough that dude definitely died. Then you have dude sitting in the back of a truck, with one of his legs severed. Looks like maybe he got hit by the truck. It's like, when I say truck, it's like a FedEx truck or something, like a not like a pickup, but yeah, his legs like gone but mangled, if that makes sense. Then you have a dude who's laying down, gets shot in the face multiple times. A chick face down with her front half completely hamburgered from a car crash, and her face is like blown out. Like when they like roll her over, her face is gone. Definitely dead. This is a forced suicide, so it's these guys have another guy at gunpoint, and they force the guy to take it. They're like in the desert, and they like force him to put an AR under his chin, blow his head off. Then you have multiple dead women filmed from above, in these like makeshift coffins. Like, it just looks like an impoverished area, like just a bunch of dead women just put in these like makeshift coffins. Then a dude's tied up. You have a machine gun firing squad on him. Just a bunch of guys with machine guns. Then you have a dude on a stretcher, who's somehow still alive, but his like face is just like completely blown out, and like his eye is like where his cheek should be, like his eyes like all the way down here, just like kind of like mushed out, like and goopy. Not sure how he's still alive. I definitely don't think that I would want to be, personally. Then you have paramedics pull a guy out from under a subway, and one of his legs is chopped off, and the guy is somehow still conscious. Like he's still responsive. Then you have a guy that it's like a cartel video, but the guy, like, it looks like he's like trying to do this, but they have both of his arms cut off, so it's like only to here, but he's like doing this, like trying to like reach out like for mercy. But definitely a cartel video. Two guys walk into a house and open fire on somebody. Dead woman on the road. A bloody guy on the sidewalk with his intestines hanging out. An old woman laying on a brick road with like... So, when I say that her legs are pretzeled going the wrong way, they're like going this way, like her legs are up here, but they're like the pretzel position, but definitely some kind of fucked up accident, and they're like almost cut off, but they're like way up here, very unnatural position. Then you have like a public lynching, but it's like the guy like climbing out of a fire. It's so grainy that you can't really tell what's going on. A guy who is like he's wearing a helmet, but he got into a motorcycle accident. You can tell his whole like face and head is just completely splattered under the helmet, and his brain's coming out of the top of it. Then we have our second self-harm clip. So it's like some like topless, like pink-haired emo girl, and at first, like, she's just like showing her arms and like they're all cut up, then like you see her in a bathtub and like her legs are all cut up, and it's POV, like when she's in the bathtub, like she's just like filming like her like leggings, like she's got these like fucking gay Jack Skellington leggings on, but it starts like blaring like that Cry Little Sister song. There's fucking blood everywhere, and she like starts like licking the knife and shit. It looks like some like fetish shit. Then it does like this like warning. This is only like, I know in the intro I said that there was a miscellaneous clip. I just threw this under that because it does go on long enough to count it as a clip. But it's like this old warning like that they would just show on TV, like that. What you're about to witness, don't watch if you have a heart condition or you're easily upset. Like some fucking haircut, dude. And then we get right back into the genital mutilation. So, cheers to genital mutilation. Oh, I'm gonna need another one of those. So you got a dude with his sack fucking like flayed open, and like he's like just pulling his balls out, so like his balls are just hanging out like fucking sackless, like shellless yolks just out there. And he takes scissors and just finishes the job. A little bit of a painful watch on that one. Then you have a dude in a mask. This one actually repeats later in the mixtape. And the only difference is they start showing some of it in slow-mo. But it's like these two chicks on the ground, and he starts like stabbing. He climbs on top of one, and like she's tied up, and he starts stabbing her in the head. Ends up cutting her throat, and then he's stabbing her in the eyes. And then he gets on top of the other chick, stabs her in the neck like a million times. It's definitely like either gang or cartel something. Then you have a chick who's like spread eagle, and she's just pushing a squid out of her pussy and then pushing it back into her pussy. She repeats that process of like binging and purging this squid via the vagina multiple times. Then more genital mutilation. We have a chick having this dude. He like putting, it's a German video, and it's this dude just like shoving needles through this chick's fucking pussy and like sews it shut, basically like needles it all together, like her whole like fucking labia, and then strings it all together with this like it looks like metal wire. Then you have a chick, she's getting like these 00 size hooks put through her labia. Then gets like put on this like mini crane. Like this dude has like a fucking pussy destruction robot that he like hooks to it, and it starts like stretching her labia out. Then he puts a block of wood between her fucking pussy lips. They're all stretched out at this point, and starts hammering nails through her pussy lips into the block of wood. I don't know, the dude's got like a solid like multi-$1,000 fucking robot setup just to fuck up chicks' muffs. Yeah, everybody's gotta have a hobby. Next, so this is something this series is known for is like dulcet clips. So that would be like, if you ever heard of like Dulcet Academy, Fuck Her Corpse. I know like necroporn.com did a bunch of these, PG Keen Films. These like necrophilia slash, sometimes it's like rape porn, all fake. It's staged, but it's these like death fetish videos. And this series is known for including a lot of those. So this first one, this guy shows up at this chick's door, and he's yelling at her. She's told his girlfriend that he cheated on her, and he's like, it wasn't your fucking place, say anything. Barges into the house. She's like kind of blowing him off, like, yeah, fuck you, dude. And he ends up stabbing her in the stomach. She tries to call the cops. He like throws the phone, ends up stabbing her to death with a screwdriver. First time he stabs her is with a knife. Then he stabs her to death with a screwdriver. Then stabs her in the back of the head with the screwdriver. leaves saying like, I don't have time for this shit. I can't do this shit. And it shows like a cat come up and start like licking the corpse, and that's the end of it. Then you have one of these, one of those like POV Call of Duty looking ISIS videos that they put out where it's like you just see like the guy's gun, and he's like running around like shooting at soldiers and shit. I just put this as one clip because it's like really hard to tell how much of it's like just from one thing and cut up and what's not. So it's just like a little POV ISIS like war montage. Then you have a cartel video. This guy's like tied up, he's shirtless, gets stabbed like repeatedly by multiple people and then shot. And then you have a dude with his hands tied down. He gets stabbed repeatedly in chest and neck by the cartel, kind of same as the video before. Another guy gets stabbed multiple times and killed. A prison video, masked guys run in and to this guy's cell, start stabbing this guy with shanks like repeatedly till the guy dies. Dead body, like the person's already dead, but they're like ripping out all the organs and like cut out the dude's heart and shit. Next, you have a dude on the ground being beat with hammers and stabbed. The guy is not dead. He stands up and gets knocked down and shot, which that kills him. A chick gets pulled into a room and shot. Now, that sounds like every other fucking video on here, except for when she gets shot in the background, you hear a little girl start crying out for her mom. Like, so that's a little fucked, so. Yeah. Next, you have a guy tied to a chair. Gets his head chopped at. Like, blood starts spraying everywhere. Yeah, a lot of these are just like that, so I'm gonna skip through some of these. Another genital mutilation video. Guy with a this dude's got like a bloody dick and he sticks it in this aquarium. There's like crickets and like I don't know, they look like crickets, but I don't think crickets bite you, but they're just like jumping on his dick and biting it, and there's like blood everywhere. So this dude's just got like a dick torture aquarium. Then you have another dude with maggots in his foreskin. And this guy's just like coming everywhere, just with like a foreskin full of fucking maggots. Alright, so literally from here, it's like clip 117 through. Yeah, clip 133, all just headshot videos. Which, like I said at the beginning, there's a couple of those where it's like just a million clips. Then 134, you have a dude using this is like one of the rare times that you see a chainsaw in an actual gore clip. There's like bodies, like multiple bodies on the ground. This dude, it looks cartel, but he has like a chainsaw and he's like chunking up this body, like cutting it up. Yeah, a guy gets smashed in the head with a pickaxe. That video where the people, this is another one that's like gone around a million times, where the guy's on the ground, he's like already dead, but the guy's trying to cut his head off with the scythe, and it gets stuck in the guy's head, and he starts like pulling the guy's body, like trying to get the scythe out, like just ragdolling the dude. Yeah, a bunch more shootings. The Guerrero flang. If you remember me saying that's the end of Blood and Gore Meat Grinder 1, like that's like the grand finale. And I said, I was like, it's a fucked up clip, but like I'm kind of desensitized to it because I've seen it in so many mixtapes. This is what I'm saying. It's in like every fucking mixtape. They use that Guerrero flaying. Which if you don't remember what that is, it's like the kid, they like place him up on his dad and like cut his chest open, like pull his chest open, and he's like definitely like still alive. Like you can like see his heart beating. And it's fucking brutal. Video out of Mexico. Then, yeah, you have a repeat of the first clip, that like swamp clip with the woman in the swamp, like getting dismembered and getting her head cut off. Then you have a chick doing a news interview, and a guy just walks up with a gun and fucking opens fire on her. That's wild because like that looked like it was in America, and like I don't know about you guys, but I never heard of that shit. But from there, literally 145 to I believe it is 156 is all POV headshot recordings, just people like shooting people in the head. But then in 157 you have just more dismemberments. 158 is another dismemberment, another headshot. Skip through a couple of these. So, you know the two Norwegian girls that went backpacking. I wrote their names down. It's Louisa Jesperson and Maren Euland. I'm actually pretty sure I said that right. But they went like backpacking in Morocco and were warned like don't go do that. Like this is a bad area. It's a gang area. And then they ended up getting beheaded. It shows so it's like a like panel, like you have the picture of them like smiling like with their backpacks on, and then the pictures under it is like their like heads, which those pictures are like hard to find now. I know they were all over the internet like when it happened, but yeah, that was pretty wild. Like it shows like the before and after. If you're into true crime, that's totally like a case worth looking up because that was like pretty sensationalized. Yeah, so this is one worth mentioning. So this is another gunshot execution, but it starts off, the guys walk up like that they're gonna shoot this guy on the ground who's definitely scared. Somehow both of these dudes' guns jam up. Like you just hear the guns like clicking, and they're like, what? Like the guy doing POVs, like looking at his gun, like, oh, what the fuck? Like I can't imagine being the guy on the ground. Like they're about to shoot you, you brace for it, and then it's just like, well, this is fucking awkward. But they do end up getting their guns unjammed and shooting the guy, and kill him. Yeah, down here, it's that video of the dead woman that like one guy has a machete, one guy has a hammer, and the one guy's hitting her in the head with the hammer, and her like eye pops out, and then the other guy's sticking the machete in her mouth and like jerking it around. It sounds really gross. I'm sure that again, it's one of those videos. If you've seen many mixtapes, you've seen this one. Like it's definitely made the rounds. A guy getting his ears sliced off with a knife and like stuffed in his mouth. Like the guy's definitely still alive. Like he's just sitting there, and these guys are just sawing off his ears, and like they like saw the one off and just put it in his mouth, and the guy's just taking it like a champ, and then they go over and cut off the other one, pop that one in his mouth. A guy who said, this is another one that I had definitely seen before. But he's got both of his arms cut off, and he gets like eviscerated. Then we start getting into more of the like dulcet stuff. I think actually, yeah, most of the time on the rest of this is all the dulcet stuff. So you have a scene called, which if you remember dulcet, it's the like faux snuff, death porn stuff. So all of this is fake. This is done with actresses. This pops up. The title card for it is Tasty Feast. You have a guy, he carries this like unconscious woman onto a kitchen counter, lays her down, starts undressing her. So she wakes up and he stabs her in the chest. She starts coughing up blood, and then it's like like this dude looks like a fucking dork, but like they have to try to make him seem badass. So like she dies, he's like, ooh, now I can get back to my work. And he ends up like cutting her open and taking her liver out. And he cooks her liver, goes and sits back down next to her, and he's like cutting it up and eating it. And he stands up and puts an apple in her mouth, and it like zooms in, like, you know, like when you have like the pig roast and they put the apple in their mouth. It's like the same idea. Then you have a couple, 3 clips back to back, and these are Bitch 1, Bitch 2, and Bitch 3 is the super creative title cards on these. The first one, this dude's like holding her from behind, he starts stabbing her, and he ends up like laying her on this couch, she's coughing up blood. He like undresses her and starts like pinching her nipples and shit. And then he starts fucking her, and while he's fucking her, he like starts stabbing her, and this is like full penetration porno. Like he really is fucking this chick, but he starts like stabbing the chick, and he like whispers to her like "I love you," and she says "I love you too." Then it like flashes on the screen and just says "die." And the last thing you see, the camera zooms out and the chick starts pissing on the floor. So yeah, it's a nice touch. Chick just pisses all over the floor. Then Bitch 2 is just, this chick's like tied down, bottomless. This guy starts, like cutting under her boob. Then he like stabs her in both boobs. And she dies. And that's the whole thing. And then Bitch 3 is literally just a chick like walking in her house, an intruder comes up behind her, stabs her in the back, like dramatically lays her down, and then it zooms out and shows that she died. And it takes way too long to show all that. Next. Okay, so now we're done with the dulcet shit, and we are in the home stretch. So next, we have like Hispanic music playing, and I think it's Hispanic, I don't know. But this chick is actually like really fucking hot. But she's like holding her vagina open with this like glass tube, and she's loving this. Like she's like laughing and like looking like she's having a great fucking time somehow. But she's just inserting. Well, actually, the guy filming is inserting mealworms into her vagina. Both of them are wearing wedding rings, I noticed too, because it's like kind of close up on them. So this is like a married couple. Like, so some chicks, the fucking hubby is just packing her fucking cooch with mealworms. Then he takes a dildo and literally packs them in there, like sends it through the metal tube and like packs this chick's fucking puss through like fucking mealworms. And yeah, whole time she's laughing, she's loving it. Next, you have a close-up that's actually a short clip of just a dude banging this chick, and they have like worms all over like her fucking muff and like all over his dick. Then it shows like some of the same ISIS comp from before with like a little bit of new stuff. It's still just that like POV ISIS shit that like looks like Call of Duty. I still included this as one clip just because it's hard to tell where like one stops and one ends. And then our grand finale. Are you ready for this? After all that fucking debauchery, a dude letting a wasp sting the head of his penis. You want to talk about a fucking letdown for a grand finale? Like, after all the bug shit, all the genital mutilation, all everything. And I mean, obviously I skipped through a lot of stuff, but I mean, there was a lot of headshots, dismemberments, beheadings, and that's how you end this, as a dude with a wasp on his dick stinging it. Gotta say, that's like a 2 out of 10 fucking ending. But all in all, that's Misanthrope. Now, like I said at the beginning of this is the most tame of the Misanthropes. If you are going to dive into this series, which I would not recommend, this is like really the only one I would tell anybody, like, yeah, you'd be okay to watch this. The second one has like a guy having sex with a dead deer. as like one of the opening clips. So that's definitely like a jump into the whole like what you're going to see thing, and then it goes way more overboard, and you have some stuff like real SA, necrophilia. I can't say that I recommend going much further into the series. It's all legal shit. But that being said, it's not pleasant shit. It's definitely morally, it passes the gray area exponentially further than the first one. But yeah, that's essentially Misanthrope. That's what you're going to see. Any of the spots where you saw me skipping around, it was a beheading or it was a headshot. So, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you watched it this far, I know I can't make a short fucking video to save my life. I talk too fucking much. But yeah, if you liked what you saw, drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, a comment, criticisms, comment that you liked it, anything helps. Yeah, stick around for the channel. I will have more videos up, hopefully in a quicker basis than it taken me a fucking month to get a review out. But yeah, that was Misanthrope.